Okay, so that was a lot pretty quick. So let's go back through with these properties and go a little bit slower. So the commutative property of addition means you can take a number like 2 plus 3, switch the order 3 plus 2, and still get the same sum. The answer is 5. The associative property is basically like the commutative property in that you're still adding, but you're grouping the numbers differently. So let me use the same numbers, 2 plus 3, but now I'm going to add a 1 to the end. Now, associative property doesn't change the order of the numbers. The numbers are still going to be the same order, 2, then 3, then 1. The commutative property says switch the orders, 2, then 3, then 3, then 2. But in the associative property, you change the grouping. So the 2 plus the 3 plus the 1 still is in the same order. We're just going to change the grouping, and we're going to group the 3 and the 1 now. If we were to solve this using the order of operations, on the left-hand side, we would do 2 plus 3, 1, and we would get 5. Then we would add 1 to that and get 6. That's the same thing as if on the right-hand side, doing 3 plus 1 first and getting 4, and then adding 2 to that, you're going to still get 6. It's a different process, but you still get the same answer. The identity property is taking any number, like -4, adding 0, and you still get the same answer again. The inverse property is you take any number, and you're going to be adding the opposite of that number, which is a -5, so that your sum is equal to 0. Okay? So let me erase this and then scroll down to some more problems here. Okay, so scrolling down is subtraction. So subtraction can be thought of subtracting two numbers as its opposite, or you can think of the number line again. So for the number line example, if we start at -12, and we're taking 9 away, that means it's getting smaller. Subtraction means the number's getting smaller. Well, if we start at -12 and we move 9 more to the left, we're going to end up at -21. Okay? If number 2, we start at 18 and then a bunch of crazy stuff happens. This is minus -7. 18 minus -7. When you're subtracting a negative, when you're taking away negative numbers, that means that the numbers are getting larger. So minus a negative number, minus a negative number really means a positive. It means a plus sign. So whenever you see a double negative like that, it actually turns into a plus sign. So 18 plus 7 is 25. Same thing's going to happen in number 3, but we have to just be careful with the negatives. So we're going to start at -13 on the number line, and then this crazy thing happens right here, minus a negative again. But when you're taking away negative numbers, that's the same thing as addition. Double negatives turn into a positive. So this is actually going to be -13 plus 11. So if we were thinking of the number line, we start at -13, we move 11 spots to the right, that's going to bring us to a -2. And then the last one, number 4, we start at 18, we subtract 7, 18 minus 7, moving 7 units to the left from 18 is going to bring us to 11.